Well, Jake, I guess the first thing is, for you guys, the young players, to have Lyle Smith out here, turning 100 and stuff. What's that like, just to have a guy who represents, the beginning of this program still around here and being able to celebrate him?
It's awesome, and it's really cool to see a guy who has reached 100 and still has his mind going about football. He's talking about the bowl game, practice. He's still out here watching, dissecting the game and everything. So it's really cool to see, and to be around someone who was really here for the foundation, or who is the foundation of this program.
When you walk by, the sign that says Lyle Smith Field, does it carry a little extra meaning on a day like today, or maybe just stand out a little bit more than maybe it usually might?
Yeah, I think it definitely does, because I think as time goes on, you just walk by, not thinking about it, but today is kind of day to sit back, and he's the guy who really started it all for this program.
What's spring been like so far for you and the group? Only really 4 guys out there, so probably getting a lot of work. What's it been like?
Yeah, it's been a lot of reps, which is good, especially for the young guys to get out there. Because this is a complex offense, and especially the tight end position is one of the more complex positions. And so it's been really good for everyone to get a lot of reps. And for me and Alec, it's just trying to take our games mentally to the next level and stuff like that. And I think for Jake and Pistone, it's really just getting out there, getting comfortable, and just trying to make plays. And I think we've done a good job of making plays and really expanding the position and doing a good job out there.
What they said, the coaches have said, one of the best things that Holden brought was he was maybe the best, hand in the ground guy on the line in terms of a blocker coming off all that stuff. Would you agree with that? And also, how are you trying to be able to step up in that aspect?
Yeah, Holden, was definitely our guy last year, and so that's a big loss. But that's next man up, and so now me and Al are trying to take on that role of being able to do it all. Especially for me, just trying to develop my game more, into being an every down tight end.
You had such a luxury of, you've had a luxury of playing quite a bit throughout your career so far. How much does that help you now as you kind of try to continue to take what you've learned and grow, get to that next level?
Yeah, I think it helps just with, being comfortable out there. And now, it's not, I'm not worried about, what am I doing on this play, but it's, taking the game mentally to another level of, reading the defenses, reading the guy's stands, just trying to, take those little things to the next step.
Just going back to Lyle for a second, what's it like to have a guy who, could easily just kind of be doing his own thing at this point? He's still your guys' biggest cheerleader. I mean, what does it mean to have a guy like that still out here like that?
I think it's really cool, and it says a lot about him and, the characteristics that, are the foundation of this program that he put into place. And I think, it says a lot about him too, being, 100 years old and still coming in and working out in the facility and being around the program, and talking in front of all the athletes. It's really cool. It's really cool to see.
Motivating when you're riding the bike and you look over and he's pedaling faster than you?
Yeah, definitely gets you working. Like, if this guy's 100 and can work out, I think I can, do a little extra.
With you mentioned Jake and Matt. I know some people don't really know much about those guys. Obviously Matt redshirted, and Jake, this guy who's been around, football or track or all sorts of things. What about those two? Have you seen so far?
I think they're making a lot of progress. They're working hard. Obviously, they did really good stuff in the weight room, I thought. But I think they're just getting comfortable out there and everything, and it takes some time. But I think they're going to do a great job and be able to contribute, which is what we need from them. Is we need 4 tight ends who can all play, and I think they'll be able to do that because they've been out here making plays in practice every day. So.
The quarterbacks, those guys, kind of competing a little bit and stuff like that, and they said that's every day for them. What have you noticed the camaraderie or the competition like between those two so far in spring?
Yeah, I think it's exactly how they describe it. It's they're not worried about who's going with the first team or the second team that day. They're just out there competing, trying to get better as a player.
They've been doing okay out there? Or?
Yeah, I think they're doing a great job.
With Finley, I don't care about the competition necessarily, just how's he coming along? I mean, Coach Darcy, he's saying that he's a little sore at times because he hasn't actually played the game for quite a few months, but just getting back, what have you seen from him and his mobility, his arm, all that stuff?
I think he's moving normal, as he was before he got hurt. So, I think he's back to where he was, and he's just out there competing, having a good time, and, just trying to get the best out of each other between him and Brett.